So it was just brought to my attention that one Simone Sanders and this other woman by the name of Brittany Packnett were done a little dirty at this Delta Airlines lounge. Now, I don't know too much about this Brittany Packnett character, but I do know of Simone Sanders, and if this had happened to anybody else, I would feel some type of way, but because it has happened to Simone Sanders, I really feel absolutely nothing, especially after those comments she made to Luther Campbell, aka Uncle Luke, a couple months ago, saying how we don't have a right to an opinion about how to feel about a one Kamala Harris. Who is she to judge and try to dictate our opinion about anything? I went in on her ass too, and rightfully so. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna read this article that's coming from Blavidity, and it should be very interesting. It says a vacation in Kenya went left for activist Brittany Packnett and political commentator Simone Sanders. On Thursday, Packnett posted a series of tweets outing a Kenya Airways passenger who attacked her and Sanders. She said the man threw water at her and attacked the two women. And it says, here's a picture of the white man who cussed at us for asking him to quiet down and then threw water on me and tried to fight me and Simone Sanders in the Kenya Airways Simba Lounge. Delta captioned her tweet. In another tweet, Packnett said an attendant tried to calm the man. After the attendant called security, the man charged at Packnett and Sanders in the Kenya Airways Simba Lounge. The attacker walked over and doused me with water as I was sitting. She also noted the man attempted to charge her until Sanders pushed him off with her linebacker-built body. Other men stood nearby in their defense. A handful of men who had been witnessing his bad behavior all night stood up and came over. They are the only reason he is quiet, but he has not been removed. Packnett called Delta, the partner company to Kenya Airways. She identified the assailant as Dukan Conrad Hockey, a British citizen. In another tweet, she mentioned security took nearly 30 minutes to arrive. Also at Delta and at Kenya Airways, his name, she mentioned that part, says he's a British citizen and absolutely violent against women. He should not be allowed to board your flight. I repeat, Duncan Conrad Hockey of the UK assaulted me at the Kenya Airways lounge tonight. At Kenya Airways is a member of the Delta Sky team. Security took nearly 30 minutes to arrive. This is unacceptable. As Blavidity previously reported, comedian Gary Owen called out Delta for allegedly racially profiling his wife. The 44-year-old said his wife and daughter were mistreated on Sunday. His wife was asked if she was in first class while standing in the priority line to board the Cincinnati airport flight. No other passengers were questioned about their first class status. Let's see, what else did she say? The adrenaline has worn off and the soreness from having to fight a white man off me is definitely setting in now. This is going to be a long flight and this situation is still not fully resolved. The police were eventually called and Packnett reported soreness in another tweet from having to fight the man off of her. Sanders updated her followers with a tweet saying he is being arrested and we are getting on our flight. Honestly, this was just so unfortunate, and I hope Delta and Kenya Airways get better systems in place. I was so terrified. Grateful for the good Samaritans in the lounge. Onward to the light, she wrote. This Brittany went on and says after the traumatic ordeal, she said she unfortunately was reminded that black women can never be victims in some folks' eyes after racist Twitter users countered her claims. Let's see, what else did she say? She says, peep the ignorance. It is only white people who pull the why do you have to make it about race card because it isn't a factor in our lives. It's not a reason we are persecuted. We're just privileged by default. How many black people not aggressive or threatening you think had this same leniency? Now I guess she's responding to troll comments. She said, and someone else said, so if a black man did that, would you have posted this, or it's only because he's white? So if you cuss at a black person, if you are white, it's a crime now. Talk about victimization. You know, the typical troll comments. Then they just continue going on and on and on about the stuff, and just a bunch of troll comments. Listen, like I said, I would feel bad about Simone Sanders. I don't know the story of this Brittany Packnett character, but hey, guilt by association. I would feel bad for Simone Sanders, but I really don't feel bad for her because like I said, the comments that she has made in the past as it pertains to black men is appalling. Now you want to know what's real interesting about this whole thing is the last time I've seen or heard about a black feminist getting into an altercation with a white person that was on the plane was Cancer Phillips, aka Amber Phillips. Remember when she was sitting down on the plane and that white woman had got mad at her because her elbow had just kind of rubbed up against her or something like that, and they got into a little, I guess, altercation. Nothing on a physical level such as this, but it was enough for us to not have to hear about Amber Phillips for a while, because ever since that incident we have not heard from Amber Phillips since, and to be honest, that's a blessing. Now, I'm not going to say I don't know if the same thing is going to happen with Simone Sanders. We can only wish, we can only hope, but because she's pretty much out there in the public eye on CNN, she'll be back to her usual loud, boisterous ways. But I just wanted to bring this Petty Pendergrass production to you. You know, it's not the biggest one, you know, but it is a wake-up call, because I'm surprised they didn't come out and say, where the black men at? Where are the black men at to protect us and things like that, while she'll sit up there and shit on black men at the same time. Now look at what happened to her. She had to go and fend for herself. I guess she was working that black girl magic. But y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and let me know what you think of the brand new intro. And I'll talk to you in the next one.